You're listening to Coach Rita on the LOA Radio Network. Many say that the law of attraction doesn't always work, and Coach Rita would like to show you why it's not working. During this hour, you will gain great insight that will help you to make easy changes to become the great co-creator that you came here to be. Tune in and discover your missing link to the law of attraction with Coach Rita Hurry.
Hi everyone, and welcome to your missing link to the Law of Attraction show. I'm your host, Coach Rita Hurry from the UK, and I'm delighted to be a part of the Law of Attraction Radio Network. I am so excited about this show, as it gives me an opportunity to help you find that missing link many of us encounter on our Law of Attraction journey. I've been a coach now for 12 years, and becoming a Law of Attraction coach was the huge turning point in my coaching career and life. I love coaching people, especially to enjoy how the law of attraction works and how we are all creators in our own lives, no longer victims to others, society, or ourselves. We have the power to rise and go for what we truly want in life. And this is what truly excites me about my journey, and I hope it does for you too. So, what's this show about? Well, this show is all about you. I'm not here to preach to you about how great the universe is, because honestly, I think it knows already. But this show is for you, about you, and here to help you. I'm sure there are many listeners out there who maybe have a question about certain areas in their life, be that career, money, love, confidence. Whatever it is, I want you to know that this show is here for you. So if you have a question that you would like me to answer on air, please feel free to email me. Or maybe you have a recent success story using Law of Attraction principles that you're eager to share with everyone. Then I want to hear from you too and share your story. Or maybe you would like to share your journey by being one of my guests on the show. Now that would be something. Real people sharing real stories that inspire and motivate us all to keep going. And really, that's my aim of the show, is really to inspire, to motivate you, to show you and guide you to what the missing link is. But at the same time, it's not just about me being here and for you to listen and just to hear what I have to say from a coach's point of view. I know that many of us go through many ups and downs in life, and sometimes it's just nice to hear other people's stories, to hear that we're not alone, and to know that there's someone out there who you can ask questions to, who you can, try and find that missing link. But also just to feel uplifted, just to kick back and listen to something that inspires you, that motivates you, that says to you, well, wow, listen to that person's journey and listen to that story. It's like, it's mind-blowing that could actually happen in that space of time. But that's what I want to share with you, that this journey, Law of Attraction, is really about real people having real experiences, about going for what they want in life and co-creating in their existence. And we all have that capacity to do that. There's not just some people who can do it and some people that can't. We all are able to create a brilliant life for ourselves. Whatever we want, we can have. And this is the show that wants to inspire you to always remember that. And yes, sometimes I will say it over again and, you may hear a story that's similar to someone else's, but it's only to inspire you. It's only to show you that you're not alone, that it does happen, and that it can happen to you. It's all about how you shift your focus. And I think that's what's important. That's what I love about the Law of Attraction Radio Network, and why I am so happy to actually be a part of this network, because it's about not only inspiring you, but hearing something positive, hearing something that's not the daily usual things that you hear on the TV, on the radio, you know, all these bad news and how there's no hope and how we are victims of society. It's like, you know, blah, 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 you know, who cares about that? Yes, we care, but at the same time, it's more than that. It's about, well, okay, this is happening, but how do we get past that? How do we move away from that and move forward? And what I love about this network, and I'm sure you do too, is the fact that you can put something on and you feel uplifted. You feel you want to move forward. You feel and think things are possible, and they are. You connect with people who have made that transition, and that's what this show is about. This show is about continuing to encourage the great work that this network has done already, but even more so to build on that. So I really want you to use this platform and to use this opportunity to get your voice heard, to get your story heard, and to be, you know, part of the Law of Attraction Radio Network family, and for us to build this together. I'm here for you. I'm here. I'm hosting this radio show for you. I want to hear from you and be a part of your lives, so that you can not only listen to me but gain something, and also say, you know what, I'd like to share this with Coach Rita. I'd like to share this with the listeners. This is your show. So if any of the options appeals to you, please, please, please do get in touch with me by emailing me on info@coachrita.co.uk. That's info@coachrita.co.uk. I will also be having special guests on the show to share their journey to success with you. My hope is that my guests inspire and remind you that we truly are co-creators in this life. And like many of my guests and you, the listeners, we all deserve to enjoy life and reach out for exactly what we want. So with that said, I'm pleased to have Paula Wilkinson, a successful health and beauty businesswoman based in the UK, who truly is an inspiration to all women, proving that self-belief and visualization are keys to successful living. So I'm looking forward to introducing Paula later on in the show. So before we kick off the first part of the show, which I like to call Coach Rita Hurry's Corner, where I will focus on particular elements to the law of attraction, let me give you some time to grab a pen and paper or a cup of coffee, and we'll be right back after this station ID.
You're listening to Law of Attraction Radio Network, enhancing the well-being of millions of listeners worldwide. LOARadionetwork.com is heard through 25 different internet radio stations, as well as iTunes Radio, Stitcher.com, and our mobile apps. The Law of Attraction Radio Network, your trusted source of daily inspiration at LOARadionetwork.com.
Welcome back, everyone. So I hope you're relaxed and ready to go. So let's kick off the show with, as I said before, Coach Rita Hurry's Corner. This segment of the show is really to touch base with you all and to share your law of attraction stories, questions, and coach you on any subject you may have. So, as it's the first show, and whilst I let your questions and stories filter through the email, which I will look over, and I will start sharing your emails in upcoming shows. So for today's Coach Rita Hurry's Corner, I want to take this opportunity to talk about faith. Faith in the universe, God, your choice of the ultimate being, and faith in yourself. Faith is one of the biggest elements of manifestation. Without it, what you want and ask for cannot be. So let's break down faith. Faith is having a strong belief. A belief is actually something you think about and focus on a regular basis. Therefore, a belief is a thought. Now, according to the law of attraction, our thoughts attract what we are thinking about to us. Like attracts like. So bringing it all together, what we think about brings to us our manifestations, either negative or positive. So if thoughts are beliefs, then faith is a thought. Makes sense, right? So from this, we can see that having faith is really about directing our thoughts to what we want on a regular basis, so that we begin to believe that it can and will manifest. Now, this sounds easy, but as you and I know, that staying focused on what we want during the ups and downs of life can sometimes prove to be very difficult. I have experienced this on many occasions. Unfortunately, us coaches are not immune to ups and downs of life, but it's obviously how we try to handle and deal with this. So, how can we make this easier on ourselves? Well, faith has to be exciting. Having faith and not enjoying the feeling of it is really not having faith at all. When you place your order with the universe, your thought has to be one of excitement. If you really want something, shouldn't it excite you? That feeling of excitement needs to stay with you throughout your journey of waiting for what you want to manifest. If that feeling of excitement and anticipation turns to impatience and anxiety, what is actually happening is you are energetically vibrating an energy to the universe that is opposite to what you want. Now remember, like attracts like. Therefore, vibrating an opposite energy to the desire of what you want will never result in what you want being manifested. So your faith has to stem from feeling good. Now, feeling good is often the missing link to many people's law of attraction journey. It is the most fundamental part that goes hand in hand with all the stages of the law of attraction process, from asking, gratitude, to allowing. Feeling good comes from your focus on the anticipation of what is coming. The anticipation of knowing that you have placed your order with the universe and it's on its way. That is where the good feeling comes from. So let's think about this. When you book a holiday to that ideal destination abroad, you know it's coming. You've ticked the date on your calendar, and I'm sure many of you begin your countdown to the big day as soon as you book the holiday, right? I know I do that. So you start thinking about the clothes you're going to bring, especially us women. We've probably already made a huge list of clothes, shoes, handbags, accessories we need to buy and pack. Some of us maybe check what the weather is going to be like when we get there. The excitement builds as the date draws closer and closer. Now, I don't know about you, but even just describing that scenario gets me a little bit excited, because there's nothing more that I love than being able to say, yep, I've booked my next vacation, I'm heading out. And I guess I would say that, yep, I'm a typical woman. We'll have one suitcase for shoes, one suitcase for clothes. So yeah, but it's an excitement, to know that the place that you want to go, and maybe it's a place you've never visited before, or a place that you love. It's exciting. And that feeling of excitement, that should be the same feeling we should get about what we want to manifest in life. The allowance aspect of law of attraction is getting excited about things manifesting physically for us. When you book a holiday, there are some factors to take into consideration. One of them is availability of flights and accommodation. With the universe, you always get a yes answer to everything you ask for and focus on. Whereas with the holiday, you may look at your diary and think, okay, well, I need to book it between these dates, but you probably may have problems in getting a flight that day, or the accommodation you want. But that's not the case with the universe. You always get a yes answer to everything you ask for and focus on. So be it a good or a bad thing, the universe always says yes to you. It can never be a no. So shouldn't it be easier to have faith that what you ask for will manifest? Yes. And by feeling excited and allowing yourself to feel good, you are bringing that manifestation into your reality a lot quicker. But I want to bring you in on a little secret that might just help you feel more excited. Now, some of you may already know what you ask for is already manifested. I'm going to say that one more time. Excuse me. What you ask for is already manifested. Yep, that's right. What you want is already manifested vibrationally. The universe has it done. Remember, the universe never says no. So vibrationally, it's already done. Ready for you. That's where that feeling of faith comes from. When you feel good and get excited by the anticipation of something you want happening, that is you getting connected to your inner source and the vibrational manifestation that what you have asked for is coming. Now, often the biggest block is you. It's like the delivery guy is at your door with a parcel you ordered, but you're not opening the door. So the second missing link is you. We often are so good at asking, we've got that part locked up, but we then don't allow ourselves to welcome what we want because we get caught up in the how. Well, let me tell you, that's not your job. The universe, the ultimate being, God, whatever your belief is, it is in their hands to provide the how. All you need is to ask and start getting excited in anticipation of it coming. Why? Because vibrationally, it has already manifested and is on its way to you. If, and there is a big if here, if you stay feeling good and focused on its arrival. Remember, faith is not faith if you are getting frustrated and stressed that it hasn't come yet. By doing this, you are delaying its arrival. Feeling good and excited is what it's going to bring it to you quicker. Vibrationally, it's done. Everything has been set up. All the money, the people, the place, everything is ready for you to receive. But remember, like attracts like. So good things can only be attracted to you if you are sending out good feeling thoughts into the universe. We are all energy, and we all radiate energy out into the universe. Like a magnet, if we radiate good energy, we attract good things to us. Likewise, if we radiate negative energy only, and I do mean only negative energy, will be attracted to us. Have you ever got into a situation where you find yourself saying, why, oh why does this always happen to me? Why can't I get what I want for a change? And does this sound like an excited energy vibration to you? Does that sound like an energy that has faith and is focused on anticipation of what is coming? No. It sounds like someone who is stuck in a negative, and as long as they continue to feel like this, they will never see what they want manifest. You know, even saying that to you guys, it's like I felt the heaviness of it, and it's not even something that I am saying because I'm in that situation. So that's how heavy that is. And we've always got to remember, like attracts like, like attracts like, like attracts like. That's it. So you don't want the negative, you don't want the heavy stuff, you want the easy stuff, you want the fun stuff, you want your manifestations, you want to be happy. So we need to understand that in order for us to conquer having faith in what we want, we have to feel good. And by feeling good and getting excited that what we want is just at the door and is waiting for you to claim it, you can have it all. So imagine if you won the lottery today and were asked to claim your winning ticket. Would you not rush to do so? I'm telling you right now, as soon as I get that email, I am out the door and I'm ready to go and get it. But what I'm saying here today is that you are claiming more than a winning ticket on the lottery. You have the ultimate prize waiting for you. Whatever you ask the universe for, all you have to do is have good feeling faith, and I say good feeling, as that is the only attraction that's going to bring it to you. So my tip for you today is ask, knowing that what you ask for is done, and get prepared for your manifestation. Take action knowing that what you ask for is coming to you. Like the scenario I gave you earlier about booking that vacation and preparing for that trip, go and get ready. Take time out to visualize it in your life and move towards that visualization. Get excited about what you have just created through your thoughts. Faith is knowing it's all done. Exciting times are ahead, and once you master feeling good in anticipation of all that is coming to you, manifestations come into your life quicker and quicker. Believe me, I've seen it in my own life, especially through my business. As soon as I ask and get excited and stay in that feeling, knowing vibrationally it's happened, boom, opportunities are there for me to take. Hey, I'm hosting my first show on Law of Attraction Radio Network on the 1st of February 2015, as I requested to the universe at the end of December 2014. Now, that's not a big time scale. So I am living proof, and I'm sure that there are many out there who have had the same success rate that I have. So again, if you have, hey, please get in touch with me. I'd love to share your story here on my show. And I'll give you my email address again. It's info@coachrita.co.uk. So if what I have mentioned here today resonates with you, but you feel you need one-to-one guidance on how to get to this point, please visit my website, www.coachrita.co.uk, and that's www.coachrita.co.uk. And on there you'll see more information on the Law of Attraction coaching services I provide. And maybe book a free session to see how I can help. I also offer intensive energy healing. Now, sometimes in life we tend to find we repeat negative patterns that we struggle to eliminate, and which often hinders us from feeling good about ourselves, which will affect our manifestations. Now, as I mentioned earlier, due to having energy outside ourselves and inside ourselves, if this energy is blocked, it's difficult for the manifestations to flow through, and for our wants and our desires, and for us to just generally feel good. But when this energy is unblocked and we realize that we are co-creators and we start to feel good, that's when the universe can flow freely, the manifestations into our life quicker. So this is why I got involved in energy healing as another aspect of the law of attraction. So if you feel that sometimes you are creating the same patterns over and over again and you can't explain as to why you just can't move forward, then it may be energy healing that might help. But please, by all means, check out my website for more details on the intensive energy healing program that I offer. And again, that website is www.coachrita.co.uk. And if you're interested in the energy healing, then the direct link for that page is www.coachrita.co.uk/intensive-energy-healing. Okay, well, I'm sure I've given you enough info for today, which I hope has helped you in your search for the missing link to the law of attraction. Again, if you have any questions you would like to ask me to answer on air, please email me on info@coachrita.co.uk. And again, I'll repeat that, info@coachrita.co.uk. Okie dokie, well, we are coming up to the next part of the show, which I'm really excited about, where I get to bring on my guest, Paula Wilkinson. But before I do, let's stretch our legs for a bit during this break for another station ID, and we'll be right back, so don't go away.
You're listening to Law of Attraction Radio Network, enhancing the well-being of millions of listeners worldwide. LOARadionetwork.com is heard through 25 different internet radio stations, as well as iTunes Radio, Stitcher.com, and our mobile apps. The Law of Attraction Radio Network, your trusted source of daily inspiration. At LOARadionetwork.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm pleased to have my very first guest on my show, who I'm sure you will find an inspiration to many of you. Paula Wilkinson has had an incredible journey so far. She's travelled the world, working in various countries abroad, managing top hair salons, and even ran her own salon here in the UK for 15 years. Through a turn of events, which led to closing the salon, Paula never gave up hope. She took time out, visualised her path, and knew what she wanted. Through determination, Paula is now an established and successful businesswoman within the health and well-being world, and continues to enjoy quality time with her daughter, travelling the globe and making money. Paula, welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody.
Well, all I can say is, wow, what a journey you've had so far. And what I'd love to do is I want you to share your journey with our listeners. So let's start from the beginning. At what age did you know you wanted to travel more and see the world?
I think I've always known that I wanted to do something different. I was brought up in a small town in the Lake District in the north of the UK. And I just knew I just didn't want a life like that. So I think by the time I was 16, I started looking to spread my wings. And at the age of 18, I started college to train to be a hairdresser. That as soon as I finished my hairdressing training 2 years later, I was going to move to Australia. So that was my goal. And I finished my training 2 years later. 3 weeks after my final exams, I moved to Australia. So
Wow.
I basically just fulfilled my dream.
Okay, so was Australia everything you had hoped it would be, or was it more?
More. I ended up staying for 2.5 years. I mean, it was
Wow.
completely different than, as I said, living in a small town, never really been anywhere else apart from, a couple of trips here and there, holidays. So to, be at the other end of the world without my family, without my friends, and just building up a new life, and also, a career as well. As I said, I just finished my training, so I had to start everything, interviews and starting new job, and everything was just completely new. And I love that. I really love that, starting a new challenge.
So was it exciting for you, just sort of saying,
Exciting.
okay,
I just saw it as really, really exciting.
brilliant. So obviously you'd done further traveling, didn't you, after Australia?
Yeah, yeah. I went to, I spent 6 months traveling, backpacking around Asia and India before moving back to the UK. And when I moved back to the UK, I remember thinking, I could live absolutely anywhere in the world now. I've lived at the other end of the world, and now I'm back in the UK. I can live absolutely anywhere. So it was really exciting for me, just thinking this is complete. My life is completely open of where I end up.
Brilliant.
And I ended up in London.
Wow. And I guess, you met a lot of interesting people along the way that inspired you as well, through your journey and through your travels, I guess.
Yes, that's part of it. When you're traveling, it's just the interesting people you meet that are from all walks of life and, all over the world. And you just realize that really the world is a small place and absolutely anything is possible. You can just get caught up in your own, sort of little in your life with your problems or your, whatever else is going on. But really, once you get out of your little lifestyle and see that there's a whole world out there, really, the problems aren't there.
Yeah, it definitely opens your mind to what is possible. That's brilliant.
Yeah, to me, it just gives me that whole freedom feeling that, when you get, when you travel.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. So, obviously, you came back to the UK and you set up a hair salon with your twin sister, I believe.
Yes, yeah.
And you'd ran that for 15 years, and then the lease had ended on the salon. So, at that time in your career, when the lease ended, what was going through your mind?
Again, it was like, we'd had the salon for 15 years, hugely successful business, had a great lifestyle out of it, and because I owned it with my twin sister, we used to take it in turns and swap the clients around and everything. And we used to take about 3 or 4 months off each year as well, which was great. So when it came to an end, I just thought, well, I want to do something maybe a little bit different, but I just wasn't sure what it was. But it just sort of felt right for me. It didn't feel scary, even though, obviously my whole income was going to come to an end and my whole lifestyle. It just, it just didn't feel scary. It just felt like exciting that I had, again, this open book to create what I wanted.
So it sounds almost like the excitement of having an open book, not knowing where you're going to go next, is something that resonates with you. It's something that motivates you.
Yeah, it's like you haven't got the restrictions. You can basically, write your script and do what you want. By this time, I was also I was a single mother, so I had my daughter in my life as well. So I obviously needed to think of something with her. But I just thought, I was thinking, well, maybe we'll go and live in Bali for 6 months and get a little house, or maybe we'll just, and then we'll go to Australia. And, we didn't go for 6 months, but we ended up going off for quite a few months, and we just went off traveling, and it was just fantastic.
Brilliant. So, you mentioned obviously being a single mother. Did you find that it was more difficult for you to pursue what you wanted to do being a single mother? I mean, obviously in terms of it's not just yourself, you've got to take into consideration it's your daughter when you're making decisions. How was that for you?
Well, for me, that actually gave me the fire to make sure that I got something that was going to be good, not just for me, for my future, but obviously for my daughters as well. I've got complete responsibility of her, so I am totally responsible for her upbringing and our income. So it basically gave me the fire to make sure that I got something that was right, not just financially, but also time wise as well, because it was hugely important for me that I was there for her. And still am there for her. School holidays, after school. I don't want to, just be working all the time and not be there for her. So very important.
So I guess it gave you not only the motivation, but also a sense of clarity as to, well, I want to be working this many hours, but my main thing is I want to be there for my daughter. So it has to work with that because that's what I value the most. So it makes it easier in a way, would you say, that you knew?
Yeah. I knew that having a job and actually working for somebody else where they're telling me what hours I had to work wasn't an option for me. So it had to be my own business again, because I've always really had my own business since I've moved back to the UK. So, I knew that I had to create something myself. So it was just what would suit me. But, I had ideas of how I wanted my life to be, and I visualized how I wanted my life to be. And but I just didn't know exactly what the business was going to be that would fit into that, visualization, really.
Yeah. So what kind of ideas were running through your mind? What kind of ideas did you play with during that time?
Well, I knew I needed something, said working for myself, giving me the freedom and the time to be there for my daughter and to travel, earning the kind of money that I'd always been used to earning, and working on my own terms, really, and also helping other people. So something in the I love the feeling of, in hairdressing, making people look good and feel good because you're chatting to them and having a nice conversation. Something where I was working with people and making them feel good. So I thought, something in the health industry or health, something like that would be what I was looking for. But again, I just could not pinpoint exactly what it was that would give me what I was visualizing.
Okay, so life drew upon you this new opportunity that came your way, and it was involved within health, well-being and beauty. So, tell us more about this new venture and how this opportunity came your way to where you are now. So what happened?
Basically, my friend was working in this business, and I sort of saw what she was doing, and it wasn't the right time for me at that time. And then I started keeping an eye on what she was doing, and I did a bit of my own research, seeing the type of people in the business, lots of top doctors, things like that. Knew it was a credible, company and product, and then seeing all the exciting results of how people were feeling, and I just thought, that sounds really good. So I went to an event with her, and I remember sitting there thinking, this sounds absolutely perfect for me. It just ticked every single box. And I walked out of there that night thinking, this is exactly what I've been looking for, and this is exactly what, where I'm going now. And I just felt so excited.
Right. So what was the product about that made you excited?
Well, the product is basically 26 fruits and vegetables to juiced and blended and then made into capsules, goes straight into your bloodstream, and it's got outstanding health benefits. And when I heard all these people talking about the benefits they were getting, and I just thought, well, look, I'm not going to feel those benefits because I'm healthy anyway. But I thought, well, I've got to give it a go, obviously.
Yeah.
Sounds great. So I did. And, within a couple of days, I mean, honestly, my energy levels just went through the roof. And I, 9 months later, I never, ever feel tired. I just feel fantastic the whole time. So I'm just like, basically, wake up every morning, I'm completely buzzing, very excited about getting on with my day. And, I've passed that on to, a lot of my friends and family, and they're all feeling the same with like other health benefits as well. So, I mean, it's just absolutely, for me, getting a message off one of my customers saying, this is how I'm feeling because of the products, just absolutely gives me the biggest buzz, which is what I was looking for, something where you're helping other people.
Yeah, so it kind of fits in perfectly with your lifestyle, and definitely, wow.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing there is a lot of excitement, a lot of passion about your business. Would you say that that's one of the biggest elements is that's made you motivated to get up in the morning, is the fact that you're passionate about the product, about helping people? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, for me, my drive now is mainly my passion for the products. My absolute belief in the products is just off the scale. And when you're feeling really good because I'm taking the products, and also because I know I'm helping other people, then I just want to share it. So it's just that excitement, really, of inspiring as many people as possible and getting the word around.
Brilliant, definitely. So what would you say has been your biggest strength through your journey to success?
Believe that absolutely anything is possible, and also visualizing. For me, I visualized what I wanted. I knew what my lifestyle was going to be, and I didn't give up on that. I didn't think, oh, I'll take another job or I'll do something else. I just knew that it was going to come to me when the time was right. So I just had that sort of almost secret knowledge that it was going to happen because I could visualize it. But yeah, I think my belief and passion in the products and the business, and also, as I said earlier, of having this huge, strong desire to have such a nice lifestyle for my daughter as well, and to be there for her and have the time for her as she's growing up.
Yeah. Okay. So what last piece of advice would you share with our listeners who are thinking of making transitions in their lives, quite similar to you, or maybe other transitions? What would your last piece of advice be?
I would say just totally believe in yourself, believe in your dream, and go for it. And just believe that absolutely anything is possible. Know it is possible, and just keep going and don't stop. And just keep visualizing on what you want. Sort of every day you can do a little sort of either get up or and do it as your first wake up. Visualize what you want, and then it'll just start fitting into place. I really believe if you visualize it, it'll just start fitting into place.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I guess it's focusing on you, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. No, it's happened. It's happened for me with I think nearly everything I've done. I just visualize what I want, and then it just all fits into place. It's like a jigsaw.
I love it.
It will happen.
Perfect advice. So, where can our listeners go to find out more about you, Paula, your business and your products, if they want to try it?
Well, you can go. I've got a website, or you could email me directly. My email address is Paula Twin, PaulatWin 2 at the digit at hotmail.com. So that's paulatwin2 at hotmail.com. And my website address is www.juiceplus.co.uk /plus 47514.
Okay, Paula, if you could just say your website one more time, because it may have got cut off a little. So if you don't mind sharing your website one more time with our listeners.
Okay, so it's www.juiceplus.co.uk/PW47514.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Paula, for being my first guest on my first show.
Okay, lovely. I really enjoyed it, and I hope to hear from people, and I hope people have had some kind of inspiration from my story. Thank you.
I'm sure they will, and it's such an honor to have you share your journey with me and our listeners. So I'm sure you will hear from our listeners. And if not, they can always email into the show and I will pass the messages on to you. But once again, thank you so much for being a part of my first show.
Okay, my pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, well, unfortunately, we are running out of time, everyone. But I just want to say thank you for listening in. And I hope you enjoyed my first show. Remember, this show is for you and it's about helping you feel that missing link to law of attraction. So please email me, let me know what you think of the show, or if you have any questions or would like to share your journey with everyone. Please email me on info@coachrita.co.uk. That's info@coachrita.co.uk. We are all one big family here on the Law of Attraction Radio, and you are a part of that family. So get in touch and let's work together on filling that missing link. I'm your host, Coach Rita Hurry, and until next time, take care. And remember, feel good on the inside, and on the outside you'll shine. Until next time, take care. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week with another great show of your missing link to the law of attraction. For more information, go to coachrita.co.uk. That's coachrita.co.uk.